Do you have any doubts on the threads? So on the I gave the assignment in the interface type. And how many of you completed? Okay. Okay. The others also come. I will check here. Okay. So let's back to class. Okay. So we know one concept already, arrays. Okay. What is the purpose of array? Anyone can tell?
Store the elements of
Store the
data type.
Explain Malaman sir.
Store the sequential data.
For the easy access of
These are very simple.
collection of elements.
Simple. Why you making this much content? It's just a container. You can store collection of elements as a same data type. That's it. Okay, fine. So in that, like, let me work array. Okay, this is the array, right? So let me zoom. So here I just created an array. What is the array size? How many elements it can contain? Okay, fine. So can you tell what are the drawbacks in the array? What are the drawbacks? Just assume some real world scenario. Fixed size. We can't increase the size. If you want to increase the size, you have to go to the one more new array. You have to take the values from the old array and you have to assign to the new array. Then memory management also inefficient. Any other points? So let's assume. So it, sorry.
Only store the same data, like different data.
No, that is the advantage. That is not a disadvantage. Why should I store mixed data type? That is not needed. That is a headache for us only. Okay. So that is fine. And okay. So like let's assume you have one array. It have some list of numbers. Okay, fine. Now I want to do the some sort in that array, or else I want to do some computation. What we need to do? We have to return the definition by our own. Okay. So can anyone tell what is the difference between the core and basic concept between the advanced concept? What they did in the advanced concept? What is the major difference? So until now we completed all the core and basic things was over. There is no core things pending. Okay. Now we are stepping to the advanced. So what is the difference? The basic to advanced.
We use the coding dynamically.
Okay, good point. Any other points? They are going to see some real world dynamic scenarios. Apart from that, what are the advantages? Why should I go to learn the advanced concepts? It's applicable for all the languages.
Optimization of code.
Optimization, good, really good point. Any other points? Okay, what is the difference between like a simple? You take one framework. We have plenty of frameworks. Like in Java, we have a Spring Boot and Spring. So many frameworks. Hibernate. We have so many frameworks was there. Okay. What is the difference between the language and between the framework? What is the major difference? So I am going to get any advantages if I am going to use any framework. Sorry? Bit loud.
Some libraries are
Predefined. So no need to done all the things by your own. Okay. Initially, once Java was built, there is no frameworks. Okay. Only the languages was there. What is the purpose they build the framework? They have predefined classes. We can ask one more question. Why they can kept in the JRE only, right? But that is not a real world things. Real world things, if you want to create on an entire product, that need lot of things. Okay. So if you guys, maybe you guys don't aware of it because you are seeing from the Java 20, right? So I am seeing from before 16 itself. So that time, that time most of things came, but few things you want to do configure, you want to set up the JVM JDK or machine, that is will take 1 day. 1 day will be gone for that. Okay. And the next thing, you want to set up any Spring Boot framework, like what are the frameworks inside that? Now they are giving production grade things. If you are just to install, create one project, they will give the production ready code. What is the production ready code? You no need to spend any time on that. But resolve the dependencies, set up the basic things. Okay, definitely the big headache for the developer, set up the base things. Okay, if you are going to if you are working in any framework, like say you are working in the Spring Boot framework, you want to set up any particular package in that will take a lot of time. That is not an easy thing. Why? Because you have to check. You have earlier you have multiple dependencies. Okay, want to work with some files. You have to install from particular dependency. Now we are going to add one more package in that. You have to check this is compatible to the all other packages. That is a really headache thing. So that's why the solution for that, these guys knows these are the places developers doing the same thing again and again. Why we need to do? Just someone can do. From that I just use it. So that is the major purpose. Some predefined packages, classes, everything as a come from the framework. Now the same concept apply for the basic to advanced. Why the advanced level code? If you see any advanced level programmer or developer code, that will be too advanced. What is the difference between the you and them? What is the major difference? Code optimization,
Reusability of code.
reusability, that you have to do. That is a developer work. Don't tell for basic to advanced. Everyone must do that. And one more thing. Nowadays AI was there, right? AI going to replace whom? Developers. Which level of developers? Why are you telling that? Why?
Entry level.
Sorry? No, he is telling something.
Because it can't remove a developer.
Why? Give me some reasons. You just convince me. Why it can't replace the developer? Can you see? In my system, I have Copilot. I want to build on a simple entire application. If I am taking the 10 or 30 days, it will complete within the 5 minutes. It can do. It can replace or not. I am telling it going to replace. Huh?
You don't know how to implement.
It knows all the things. It's only this need the requirement, right?
Machine just knows what we know, what we are redefined to.
Apart from you, also machine knows. How can I going with the advanced level? You are going to do basic level, right? So machine knows advanced level. It knows all the things.
But they don't create the files and implementation is not.
Who told? Can I just show the demo? Definitely it will create the entire application. If you want, I can show the demo also. Then why are we here? That's the question.
We have to know how we have to use AI so that we can be good.
Real world problem solving.
Okay, I can create one more agent for that. You want to just give the commands, right? For giving commands also, I will create one more agent. That will take care of it.
AI cannot solve the
To
real
create
world
that
problem.
agent, we want a person.
Instead of 100%, one person enough, right? Then
AI cannot solve the real world problem.
who told, man? AI can do more than you. If I am stuck anywhere, I am going to AI only. Earlier, where I am going, I need to go to the Stack Overflow, or I have to go to textbook. I have to see all the syntax. Now no need. I'm just going and see that how can I fix this? What is the issue? So and one more thing, I am telling you guys how you going to use. I will back to that topic now. No problem. Let me tell that. Okay. So why how you guys going to use AA? If you are any bug or any error happen, don't copy paste. Tell fix it. Understand? I don't understand the issue. Just explain to me the issue. What are the possibilities this issue could happen? Understand the issue. Go through your entire code. Fix it. Okay. Why? Because AA day by day if you are using AA going to dump you. I hope you guys understood what is meant by dump, right? Fine. So that's the way of using AA. Now tell it's going to replace, right? Anyone have any other points? Definitely it can't be able to replace. And it's not going to replace all the guys. It's going to replace mid-level guys. That's around the 0 to 6 days. I'm also one of that only. Then how can I stand from apart from those guys? How can I do that? A can complete the task. It can do the advanced level also, but it can't do the things like let's assume it's a 1,000 files in my code base. Okay, let us assume you are giving one task. A will complete all the tasks. Apart from you, you are thinking some base level. A can do the advanced level. But where it will do the mistake, that is the only program for the doing complete the task. We need a output, simple. But if you are specific also, you have to follow this kind of instruction, reusable my existing code, it won't care. Just complete the code and give the output. Once it's become messy, your application was scalable, that time you are using multiple user. When your application actually broken, that time A also can fix, but it is continuously increasing the file and boilerplate codes. You can tell remove the boilerplate, but it won't do. You guys also check it. If you guys want to take a Copilot as 1 month free premium, you can check it out. You can just cancel after 1 month. Before 1 month, you can cancel it. You guys check it out. The main focus, it can do the complete the task. It won't focus on the real world architect. So fine. Like I have one method already. Okay. In that method, I am just receiving one parameter. I am processing the things. If it's our assigned to the what I am going to do the same method only. I am going to reuse. And wherever that method was called, I am go to that place, update that place. Everything I will do. But what AI will do, if you give the proper command also, it won't follow that. Sometime it will miss. What it will do, it will create a new method. Every day, if you are continuously going to AI, it will become the messy. One particular time, I know, like if you want to search some such what are the code base, if they are not following any rules for the code base, entire there is a so much of story. The company was closed, bankrupted company. So many companies was there. Why? Because they focused on the futures. They don't care about the code and reuse of it. Nothing they don't care. So like what is called Tesla also like that. If they are seeing the graph, if you used earlier, if you they are telling simple exception they showed in their UI page. Simple. There's a billion of users, the $1 billion company. They are focused on the only features. Somewhat it's broken. I experienced that one. Simply that we got an exception, illegal argument exception. They are showing simply. That's not a big deal for him. Okay. But if it is other company can't manage, it becomes bankrupt. And the architect, how you want to choose, you have to follow these kind of things. I have to choose this particular tool. I want to play with some POC, then I will choose. Like if I any work assigned to me, what I am going to do, first I have to check what are the best tools available. Then I have to do the POC. POC is nothing but just a proof of concept. Okay. Once I complete, I have to compare which one is best. After that, I have to pick. I have to set up the architecture. I have to do the system design. Everything I have to do. But this kind of work will done by the senior guys, not the mid-level or junior guys. What I am telling you guys, focus on the core. If you guys strong in the core, there is no need of experience. Experience not in the sense like in the years not needed. If you well known in the code level experience, that is enough. You can tell if anyone asks simple question, why definitely AI going to do your work. What is the stand alone? What is the major difference between you and that AI? This is a simple answer. It can't do any architecture. It can do, but as a best way, apart from human, it won't. because we have the multiplex, like we have the how can I tell, like our mind is too broader, that is too short. What you feed earlier, from that only it's going to work. Okay, simple. Okay, fine. Let's back to here. So that is a major difference between the basic and advanced. No need to do all the definition by our own. Why? Because initially Java only the, after that only framework was built. Why those plus built some predefined classes, some predefined method. We need those methods. Simple. What are the methods needed from the developer feedback only? They build all the things. So advanced is nothing but it derived from the code. Because weak in the code, you can't be able to understand the advanced also. Like anyone can do the anonymous class now. How the anonymous class is derived. While I am taking that class, I explained the abstract class, right? From that, no need to go to the another class, extend the class. I have to implement, then only I can create the object. That is not me. I can directly do that in the anonymous class. So that is the advanced level. Simple. All are derived from the base only, on premises only. So you guys just focus on the basic. Don't be lethargic. Okay, these are the basics. I know. Don't do. That is the big mistake. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's back to here. So if I want to assign any values, I have to go with the index. Right? Based on the index only, I can assign the values. And if you want to manipulate any array, I have to access via index. And if you want to sort the number, if anyone can do now, anyone can just assign the number in the array. Anyone can do the sort. Do your own definition. So for best practice, what I am telling now, we are going to use so many advanced concepts from here onwards. Some methods will be there. Like if we are just calling the start method, it will do the start. It will remove the duplicates. But just done by you. Just try from your end. Just redefine that method. Okay. This time don't go the GPT. Give the work to your mind. Then only you understood how the beginning is going to work. The logical thinking, problem solving, everything come under those parts. Okay, it won't come in the single time. Okay, fine. So here these are the disadvantages we already discussed in the array. What is the definitely there is another solution will be there, right? So that time, like we have one more concept is called as a collections. Collections, in there will be the some confusion also there. There is a collection API, collections. Can anyone know the difference between these three? Collections API is nothing but that's one of the concept. That's it. Collection is an interface. Collections means that is a class. Don't make any confusion. Okay, fine. So if you want to show some graph also, I can show how the collection family going to be. But assume this is the collection concept. So in this is like a one interface. Okay. So this interface contains the multiple interfaces. Okay. Here one is called as the list. Okay, so these are the three interfaces. Okay, these interfaces also don't have the things. It also just an interface. So what it is means, this interface is also derived from the some other classes. So for list, we have the example as array list. Okay, linked list, queue also like that. Then we have a set, hash set. Then apart from this collection, we have one more thing like a map. Okay, these are the bit advanced level. We will see. I will explain what is the things happening. Begin this in how it will derive. What is the purpose of that one? Everything we'll see. Okay. Let's back to our code. So instead of the array we are doing right. So I told collection. Let's try to import collection. But here, can you see if I am going to the collection? So Java comes. These collections come from the util packages. So you have to specifically tell where this collection available. If didn't tell to the JVM in the code, it won't understand. Okay. Then another question will arise. Okay. Until now, here we are using public static some class. Where this keyword coming from? And if you are using some, okay, we are doing some other things also. Let me comment this. Okay. So we are doing system.out of println, right? Where this system coming from? No, this is come from the where? Three different classes only, but it's coming from the lang package. So Java that lang package. If you want to see, you can see all the packages. Okay, by default lang packages, the lang package available by default. So that's why whenever if you are using system, the JVM can able to understood like how I explained the super keyword. By default it available in all the classes constructor, right? As a first line super keyword available, right? Like the same way, what are the things belongs to the lang package, there is no need to import. Okay, apart from lang you must import that one. Okay, so that is the major reason. Let's see the collection. How can I create the collection? Okay, the same next one is the like a collection object. Then what is the next? Here, can I go to this collection? Let me go to this collection. Here collection is interface. Okay. Can I able to create the object for the interface? Is it possible? Is it possible or not? Can I able to create the object for collection? Then okay, then I told some other concept, right? Like ArrayList. As of now, forget this two arrows. Fine. As of now, don't mind these yellow marks. Okay, let it be. That is the warning only, so no problem. We'll fix that one also later, not now. Okay. So here, what I did is I just create an array list. That means like what are things you are doing in array, the same functionality you can able to do here also. Okay. But here, like I said, there is a lot of methods available. You can use it like collection pj dot. When clicking the dot, all the methods will be available like equals, for each, get class, hash code, string, t. So these methods like get the size of that array, like all the things available here, and you can convert like this collection array list to array also you can convert them. So in Java, backward compatibility also available. So that's why if you are installing any version, our basics going to definitely work in that. There is no doubt. Okay. Then we have some weight. So there is so many plenty of methods also there. But if you are going to array, this much flexibility we don't have. If you want to do these things, you have to do by your own. Okay, that's the major advantage. We are going to the one particular advanced concept collection. Okay, then how can we add the values here? We have the add method, and I'm just as of now I'm going to use for integer values. Right? I'm just adding some integer values like 50. Copy, paste, fine. 50, then I am adding 80. Then I am adding 90. Then I am adding 10. So these are things I added. So can I able to print these values? Yeah, sure. So if you want to print any values from the array, until now what are the things we know? How can we able to print? You have to go to the loop. We can only access via index only all the values. So that's why in array we have to go with the loop. But here let's print the object directly. Java C, what is the class name? Dot Java. Okay, compilation done. We can able to get the output. There is no need to go to the looping. Okay, why? Because here like you can't go with the get the via access index. That won't be here. Okay, that won't be available here. Okay, fine. So what is the benefit? Here I am anywhere I am mentioned the size. Then what is the default size? That you guys check it out. Sorry. It has some calculation. Based on that, the default size will be available. Once you reach that maximum value, it will increase. Okay. It also have some calculation. You guys come up with that. Okay. That you guys check it out. Okay. Fine. Now. Okay, now I need to print these values. If you want one by one also, how can you print? Because I am telling here like you can't access via index, right? Dot get class method editor. Any index was there? No index kind of things available. Then like if you want to print the value one by one, how can we print? We want to print the value one by one. Here we can't access via any index not there. Then how can we do that? How can we print the value? Earlier I just print the values like I just print the value as a array, right? As a list I printed. Okay. But if you want to print the value one by one, how can we do that?
Everything to the
For each. Why you have to go to the for each? Like an enhanced for loop. We know, but what is the purpose? Can anyone tell the syntax for a for each loop? What is the syntax? For each or for? Okay. Then initialization. For enhanced for loop, initialization will be there.
variable.
Okay. Let me do the implementation. From that, you guys try to. Okay. I will explain why I gave the reference as an object here later. Okay, I will explain this one. But now you guys tell the syntax. Syntax. What is the syntax?
Or
Hmm.
reference, reference,
Reference, reference, or object type also. Object type next
collection name.
colon collection name. Okay.
Stuff collection.
Stuff collection, we can tell multiple names, list of collection or array something. You can tell as a collection of values. That means okay. This is the simple syntax. Okay. Here, this is the integer values, right? Instead of why I gave the object here, can you give the integer directly? Right? So let's run the code. Let's see. Clear. So compilation was done, but I got the error. So what is the error?
Uncheck or uncheck operations.
What it is means?
Recompile.
Why? Because while compilation, what they are telling, this collection object reference only whenever if you are storing any values, it going to receive as a what? Object. If you are giving the integer also, it just considers the object. We know, so it object is a parent class of all the classes. Okay, that class only is receiving. By default, if you are giving the integer values or float, double, any values you are giving string, it just considers one of the object. Okay. Then, how can I tell it should be only the integers? So this time, one more new concept will come. First of all, why I have to give the type, data type, which kind of data is it going to contain? What is the reason? Okay, let us assume. Fine. Here I can't do this one. Okay, let it be object itself. Fine. So what I am doing, like int value equal to int. Okay, I just did this. Then what I have to print value into 2. Okay. Let's run my code. Comparison is just it's not any error, just a note in the sense it's just a warning. As of now, skip it. No problem. Let's run the code. These things are working perfectly. There is no issues. Okay. Fine. Then let's add collection OPG. Instead of this adding the integer value, this time I am making a string. So this time what going to happen? Is there anything going to error will happen in the compile time or runtime? When the error will happen? This is the code. You just go through the code line by line. When the error will happen? And which state? Parallelly, you guys also do the code. Okay.
Done.
When the error will happen here, what I am doing here, this line.
Yes.
Declaring an integer variable,
Okay.
then
Typecasting the object to int value. So when the error will happen? While typecasting or while do the computation? First of all, it's the compile time or runtime? That is the first question. What are the compile time errors?
It's a compile time.
It's a compile time error. Okay.
Yes.
What about others? You guys run the right? You run. You executed or not? Not yet. Let's run the code. it won't show any error, just a warning only. So it's not a compare time error. It's a runtime error. Okay, always runtime error is more dangerous, more dangerous. Okay, so that's why like we have a concept called as try catch and the exception handling, everything we have. So we can use it, not an issue. But most of the time, we would try to avoid runtime errors. Okay. So here, how can we avoid that? If the things in the compile time, I can easily figure it out while compiling the code. There is no need to until run the code. Okay. So how can we solve this issue? Here I can tell what kind of values I am going to receive. Simple. So here also you have a must to be given as an integer. Now tell when I going to get the error. Compile time or runtime? Quick. Compile time or runtime? Compile time itself, I got the error. Why? Because what I specified here, integer is nothing but it's just a wrapper class of the primitive data type int. Okay, I hope you guys know about the wrapper class. If you don't know, like I will explain. Okay, so wrapper class is nothing but that's a parent, one particular class. We have a primitive data types, right, and non-primitive also. And the non-primitive we are saying we are going to create the object is a bit different compared than the primitive. For primitive we are not creating the object, but if you want to create the object also for primitive also, that also available. That is the wrapper classes. That is the one of the wrap for that primitive data type. Okay, this is the integer I mentioned here. But if I am doing this arrow mark, right, what it is called? That is called as a generics. Okay, generics is nothing but you have to tell, okay, this kind of data only I am going to get, like how the annotation was working. The same kind of same, not a fully same, don't mix it up. For example, I am telling, okay, what is the purpose of the annotation? It's just a metadata and it will enforce and it will check your code. You are just following that annotation based rules. Simple. Fine. The same way here. Okay, fine. So compile time itself is showing error, so I can't do anything. It's just a command. Just run my code. Now I got the output. There is no issue. Right? Okay, fine. But I can't access via any indexes, those kind of things. Why? Why? Because this is the collection, it's come from the collection. But here you can see I told we have some other interfaces also. Instead of using collection, you can use a list. Not an array list. List is the parent. Okay. Like if you want to go and see the array list, it's a constructor. It's extends from the abstract class. Any other implementation? Yeah. Here you can see it implements from the list. Let it be. Okay. So it implements from the list. So list is the one interface. From that interface only the array list was built. It extends from some other classes also. As of now, let it be fine. But as of now, you can see that array list implement from the list. Implements in the sense it came from the interface. Extends in the sense it came from the classes. Okay. Interface to interface extends. Class to class extends. Interface to class
Implement.
class to interface. Class to interface first of all available. Okay, so this is the things like let me try now. Like fine. So this is the collection of pg dot indexes. Yeah. Now I can last index or can I check any values? You can have the get index by value. So let's say let me pass the 0. Okay. Let's me run this code. Compilation. Come to here. I just accessed my zeroth index. After that, the value is coming from the multiplication. Let me comment that also. Sorry, we don't need it anymore. Okay, fine. And compile the code, run the code. So now I got the value from the index. Okay. So if we are going to learn the collections, you have to know the few more things like data structures. Okay. So the lead code section will sessions will be there. Maybe it will start from the next week. Because once I gave the approval to like these guys are okay with the core understanding everything, then only that class going to start. Okay. Until now I can't see that one, but let's see. Okay. So that's the things. Data structures is two very important thing. Okay. Why? Because data structure is important. How you are going to play with the data. So definitely you are going to make some real world projects, like all the places you definitely receive some kind of data. Based on the data only entire application going to run. So data structure is nothing but how you are going to handle the data, like a simple on where how you are going to manipulate the data and how you are going to play with the data. That is the major purpose of the data structure. Algorithm is nothing but how you are doing, like what kind of logic you are following. If you are following some steps, this is the step by step I have to do. That is called as algorithm. That is not any too complex things. Nothing on be there. All are simple only. You just get the clear idea and just implement. So until unless you are not doing any coding, any practices, nothing won't happen. If it is a too basics or advanced, nothing matter. You have to do the practice. Okay, fine. So this is the array list. So if you have any doubts, let's explore some other methods also available, like collection, OPG, and yeah, we have a remove. We can remove by index also, and some remove all also available. Remove first value, and based on some condition also, you can remove some of the values from that list. Let be reversed. Let's print. Okay, instead of printing this value, let's do the command. Compile my code, run my code. But it's printing the same value. So reverse returning anything? Anything reverse returns the reverse order list. So I have to store, or else I can directly print that. So here I have to do this. And let's see able to print the compilation. Done. So this time can you see the reverse order was skipped. Let's think about, can anyone write the code? Like what's the time now? 10:55. I can give 10 minutes until 11:05. You guys just write the code, just reverse the array. Don't use any built-in methods or any predefined methods. You have to return your own logic. Just try.
Using this list or
Just array, using array directly, because if you are using collection also fine, I don't care. But don't call any method. You have to do by your own logic. You just implement your own method. Create one class, some own data structure or something, you put a name, and just receive a list of value, just reverse it, return back it. In that class you do, in the main class you just create an object, just pass the input, simple. Just I can give 10 minutes. Try. If you don't have the machine, then try to implement in your notebooks. Just write the code. Pseudo code also fine.
taking the input from the user.
Not near, just hard code it. Don't waste the time. what I did. Completed.
Completed, but in not with corrections to from there. I could run that, but I tried to do the correction, but
How many have you completed?
it's a mistake. You should put the
Two more minutes. Okay, guys. Thanks, sir. One more minute. So here, write the code is not a big deal. Okay. So can anyone tell the logic? If I gave one question, right, how you are going to understand that question? Okay. So if I gave any question, if you are going to any interview, if you are giving any question, first of all, don't panic. Just understand the question. What is the question? You have the list of values. You have to reverse it. Okay. How can we reverse it? First of all, what are the things we know? I can. What are the things I know until now? I can able to access one particular element, and I know the for loop very well. Okay. So why? Because these guys are playing with the star as a diamond shape, those kind of shapes. Why those guys are playing in the for loop? I never did write a single line code for printing the star, anything in the console in my project. All the project I never did a single line in the that star and diamond. Do your name in the star. Using for loop, I never did those kind of things. But while I'm learning, I played that thing a lot. What is the reason? Understand the logic, how the things was working. How can we use that for loop? Simple. Okay, here for loop played the crucial thing. The thing was, first of all, instead of starting from the starting point, I have to start from the end point. Then I have to start from reversal. Simple. So if I am getting because I can able to access index via one particular element I can access. Now I can access the last index. Okay, this is our logic. Let come. What are things we know? If we are giving the how can we access the last index? That is the next logical question. How can we access? We need to get the length of the current array size. From that, just reduce the one value. Simple. The array size was 6. Definitely index start from 0. That means 0 to 5. Just minus the value. Start the initialization from that value. One logic was completed. As that also I don't know. Forget. No problem. Hard coding. 1 minute. Okay, let us assume what is my collection size now. Int I equal to what is my collection size? How many values is there? 2 to 4. Right. So where I need to start? Start from 3. Fine. Then what is the next condition? Tell the condition. It should be greater than that starting index. Okay, at the end, like where it is going to end? My 0th index. That is the maximum for the array index. Right? Okay. Then I greater than or equal to, because until 0 I have to go. Fine. Next, instead of doing the I plus plus, do the I minus minus. Simple. Okay, now I just hard coded this one, right? Okay, what is the things next I have to do? Just to think this hard coded to the dynamic. How can we do that? Like it differs based on the what are the things you are using. Based on things it will differ. If I am using the array list, the things will be a bit deeper. I have to use size. Then you will get the size of that array, that size of the list. Simple. That's the logic. Simple. So like that, while you are playing any leak code, any questions, think about how can we going to fix it. From that, what are things I use? I know I can able to access the one particular element. If we can do that, definitely the things going to be where you going to start. Start from its initial or start from the end. If you start from the end, you can print the value, you can reverse it. Or else next task, you are going to reverse the value and store in some particular new array. You can do that. Simple. Is that much complex? No, right? But why you did it? Why you guys didn't code? Why you guys didn't practice? What is the reason? I don't think so. No one do the practice in home. How many of you do it? To be frank, how long? Like how many minutes you can able to spend for that?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. You?
3 hours.
3 hours. Really good. Should be consistent. Every day.
Every day.
Good. What about others? If I am explaining anything, if you are just capture all the things, once you leave the class, it's going to forget. You just remember what are the concepts we learned like a few days ago. Can you able to write the code? Definitely not. Why? You didn't practice. So I am also teaching, right? If I didn't do the practice day by day, I am also going to forget. It's not a big deal. For me also, I am going to forget. I don't know things. So practice is really important. Do the practice. Just to play with the code. It's going to do anything. It's going to shoot right you. It's going to take a gun and shoot you, right? Don't do. Maybe the final. What is the max machine can do? It can scold you. Simple. It's simple. Throw the error. It's just a scolding you. You guys just the shame of that machine scolding you. Then fixing it. Oh, I am the goddamn thing. I am only created. Simple. Right? So you guys any questions? So I think tomorrow after that you guys have the one big leave, I guess. Maybe task not available. So I will share the one assignment. Okay. You guys just break into the tiny smaller units, then try to complete it. Don't think about top level. Think from here. Then we'll come to here. Not an issue. Okay. Fine. So if you have any question, no, right? You don't have the question.
That typecasted I didn't use.
This typecast.
Yes, from there to the
This one. Here, what is your doubt?
typecasted.
Okay, so earlier it was object, right? You can go and see now. This add always receive as a. So what can I do? Instead of the object, you don't throw any error. You just change as a int. So no need for this typecasting. By default, this was a parent as object by default. Now I just change. This is the strict type you have to follow. So let's compare this ArrayList to normal array. What are the benefits I am going to get? It's full of dynamic. No need to define. Memory, it will take care of it. Allocation, it will take care of it. We have predefined methods also. Now you guys spend 10 minutes to reverse the code, right? So write the 3 lines of code. Right? It was there. But each method you guys are using, just try to return by your own. Remove the duplication. How you guys going to do? Try these kind of things. Okay. Okay, guys. That's it for today's session. I will start. Yeah.
I didn't quite understand why you wanted to use collections when we are using this. I didn't quite get that.
You didn't get that part. So let's compare. Like you know the clear idea about the array, right? Okay, fine. So what are the disadvantages in that array?
You can go only one by one.
You have to go one by one. That is if it is have the multiple elements, that is the one way. That is not a disadvantage. That is one of the functionality. What is a disadvantage? You can change the size. It don't have the multiple predefined methods. Main is the size. Why? Because like initially I just defined as a 6 elements going to receive, but now I want to change the 10 elements. Anyway, I have to change as a 10 size. I have to change. So in defining itself, I have to more cautious, right? But in collection that is not needed. In the middle also you can increase the values. It won't ask give me the size. It will take care of it internally. And it have so many predefined methods. You are playing with the collection of elements. Simple. That is a major advantage.
I didn't quite get it previously because there you declared it as size 6, right? But I didn't declare anything. I could increase my size indefinitely. That is why I was confused. My code.
That is not the infinite. Where? Yeah, here you are using collection, right? So the ArrayList only you are using.
Okay.
There is a difference. ArrayList. This is totally different. That is array is totally different.
Okay. I thought both of them were same.
Okay, and also this is not. It won't be that one more question will arise. How the memory allocation will happen internally? You guys just check it out. What is the memory allocation for that? Once you reach the limit, it will do some calculation. It will increase that limit. Okay, because memory should be always allocated. Then only you can play with that, right? So you guys check it out. Okay, I will share the assignment and the other things in the group. Okay.
So you said you will share the links also.
Yeah, actually, so we got on big glitch. Only things was crashed, so that's why we are mainly working on that part. We'll share. Okay, that's all, guys. Thank you.
What did you just say about the task on the lead? Task on the lead something.
Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow the class won't be there.
Tomorrow.
There will be the continuous leave, so that's why I'm telling you. So I will share that assignment. You guys have a lot of time.
Yeah, from so classes from ours start from Monday onwards again. Okay. So in the meantime, you will share that assignment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you share in the group. Okay, 2 days will be holidays.
Saturday.